Hello, fourth graders and beyond. Mr. Guyton here, welcome back. Today we have a great video for you. We have a great just for today for you. You see, just for today, I will make sure to tell others how much they mean to me. Specifically, I'm going to write a friendly letter to a student who's very near and dear to my heart. Someone who I miss tremendously. Always so funny, so thoughtful. As I'm writing this friendly letter, make sure you're paying very close attention to the formatting. Make sure you pay very close attention to my spelling, my punctuation, my capitalization. You see, all your writing should follow certain standards. You could have the greatest idea in your mind, but if you can't express it properly, like let's say that you're writing and you have a lot of misspelled words, or you're leaving out periods, or there are capital letters thrown right in the middle of a word, well, you see, it's distracting. It's like your message gets lost in all that noise, all that distraction. You see, it's like someone wearing a clip on their hat while they're trying to talk to you. I mean, what is that? Right? Anyway, let's get started. So, we've got everything we need. A couple sharp pencils, an eraser, something to write on, but we also have some things that we don't need, some distractions. And as we all know, the best way to find our focus is to eliminate distractions. So, the drawing from the last video, so long, see you later. All we're going to need are our pencils, an eraser, something to write on, and we want to keep our just for today nearby. Just for today, I'll make sure to tell others how much they mean to me. Today, I'm going to do that by writing a little friendly letter to one of my favorite students of all time, Guyton. To start, we want to find the middle of our paper. So to do that, we're going to fold our paper over. Instead of completing the fold, we're just going to tap at the top, and we're going to tap about 3/4 of the way down. Now what that does is when we open it back up, it'll give us a little crease so that we know where the center of our paper is. We're going to start our header with the date. Today's date is April 15th, 2020. Next, I'm going to skip a line and go straight to the margin. This pink line right here is called a margin. This is where we know to start writing. This pink line over here is also called a margin. This is the right-hand margin. What this does is when we're writing and we hit this margin, we know to finish things up because the end of the page is near. And we want to finish the word that we're on. Don't start a new word right in here. Come all the way back over here to this margin. So here's our introduction. Here's our greeting. We're going to start with a capital letter right on the margin. We're going to write, Dear Guyton, comma. Notice how I capitalized Dear and I capitalized Guyton's name. That's very important. We always capitalize someone's name. We're going to start with our first paragraph, and we're going to talk about some well wishes, a bit of a greeting, a bit of a, it's kind of like we're saying hello. Okay? We're going to skip a line. Now we'll do those 2 fingers of space. This is what we call an indentation. We're going to indent by 2 fingers. This lets our reader know that we're starting a new paragraph. I'm going to write something like, I hope you are doing, I just crossed that margin there, so that means instead of trying to start a new word here, I'm going to come all the way back over to this margin. And because it's the same paragraph, I'm going to come all the way back over. I only indent on that first line. I hope you are doing well. Period. This allows our reader to know, hey, you can take a breath. I finished the thought. The next sentence is coming, though. Capital I. I want you to know, cross that margin again, time to come all the way back over, that I miss you. Period. That'll probably do for the first paragraph. The next paragraph, we're going to ask a few questions. Now, what this does is it opens up the line of communication. Now we can have some kind of correspondence, some back and forth. The beauty of writing letters to people is that you can express yourself and then they can express themselves. It's kind of a back and forth. This will open it up for Xavier to write a letter back to me. So I'm going to skip a line, do my 2 fingers of space, my indentation. And after I indent, I'm going to start again with a capital letter. I'm going to ask a question here. Did you ever think, how about imagine? Choose some interesting words. Oh, I crossed the margin, back over here. Did you ever imagine a school year like this? Question mark. It, capital letter, on the margin, has been so strange. Period. Capital letter. Don't you think? Question mark. What have you been doing to pass the time now that we are not, or we can squish it and say aren't, in school? Again, this is a question, so instead of just having a period, we want to make sure we give it a question mark. And I think that'll do it for the second paragraph. So I'm going to move on to my third and final paragraph. In this paragraph, I'm going to tell Xavier why he's important to me, what he means to me. And we're going to leave it at that, saving the best for last. I'm going to skip a line, 2 fingers of space, there's my indentation. Capital letter. I want you to know, I crossed that margin, almost didn't make it. Come all the way back over here. I want you to know that I think the world of you. You are such a talented student. You have such a wonderful impact on those around you. And I can stop here with a period, or I can put in this bit of punctuation called a semicolon. That means this is a complete sentence by itself, but I have one more thing I'd like to add. So I wrote, you're such a talented student. You have such a wonderful impact on those around you. And I'm going to write, including me. I wish you all the success in the world. Period. Then you'll remember I folded my paper to find the middle of the page. I kind of lost track of my crease here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it again, and just tap down here where I'm going to need it for my closing. Now I know where the middle of my page is. I don't want to squish my closing way over here. Even though it seems like it's way over on the right, it actually starts in the middle. So I'm going to finish by saying my closing. You could write sincerely, you could write your friend. I'm going to write something kind of unique. Your grateful teacher, comma. And then the last thing you need to do is, well, sign your name. Now your letter is all ready to be delivered to your recipient. Well, that was a lot of fun. And Xavier, I meant every word. I miss you, buddy. Make sure you guys are posting your own friendly letters to the Google Classroom. We'd love to see what you're writing. Until next time, I'm Mr. Guyton, and for all the fourth grade teachers at College Park, see ya!